I'm Ben Thomas, and I'm a lecturer in History and Philosophy of Art at the University of Kent, and also the curator of the Studio 3 gallery in the Jarman building. Well, I'm delighted that we have Anna Maria Pacheco's Shadows of the Wanderer to open the year in Studio 3 gallery, thanks to Pratt Contemporary, who are our partners in this exhibition. We've been able to attract this exhibition to Studio 3 gallery because Pratt Contemporary lent some of Anna's work to a previous exhibition that we held, Crikey Contemporary. And at the time I thought, wouldn't it be great to have some sculptural work by her in the gallery? And thankfully they agreed with that, and this is the realization of that idea. Anna Maria Pacheco is a Brazilian artist, and her art reflects the melting pot of influences that she grew up with in Brazil, African influences, the Catholic Church, Baroque, and also the modernism of the art school in which she trained. She moved to England in 1973 and has been the head of art at Norwich, and also the associate artist at the National Gallery, where her Dark Night of the Soul was immensely popular. The piece, Shadows of the Wanderer, is a multi-figure group in polychromed wood sculpture. The wood is lime wood, and the artist began by blocking out the forms using a chainsaw, and then it was whittled down using hammer and chisel, and then polished to a smooth surface that could take the paint. One of the striking things about the statues are the lifelike eyes and teeth that some of them have, which are made out of onyx and resin, the eyes, and the teeth are made out of acrylic and are not children's teeth collected from primary schools, as has been suggested by some people. These give the work a very vivid, real feel, and this is very much in line with the tradition of Baroque Catholic sculpture from Pacheco's native Brazil that she grew up with. And it gives the piece something of the visceral, physical impact that they have. The focus of the work is the main group at the front, a young man carrying an older man on his shoulders, which refers to the opening of Virgil's Aeneid. I'd say it's a reference rather than an illustration of that text, because part of the nature of sculpture is that it's open. We can move around it and relate to it in our own way, and therefore it generates narratives rather than closing them down. It's not just an illustration. So in a sense, the work could be the beginning of a journey of interpretation, just as Aeneas began a journey to found Rome from the ruins of Troy. So the work could be more generically about carrying any sort of burden or responsibility through life, and the shadows that casts behind us, represented by the figures without hands who are draped in dark cloaks. Some of them have sprouted feathers, and this is a motif that develops in the prints which hung outside the gallery and which preceded in the artistic process the creation of the sculptural work. They hint at perhaps some angelic intervention, or perhaps the figures are removed from the central suffering group. How do we interact as a community? How do we deal with the burden of the past? How do we welcome strangers into our midst? These are all questions that the work might be suggesting to the beholder. Pacheco has said, "I don't have ideas, I have a vision," and she's quite specific about not wanting to give this work an authorized meaning, if you like. Every beholder can bring their own meaning to it.